Good morning, everyone. We are Team Tomcat, and today we are excited to present Campus AI, an enterprise-grade serverless student support assistant, engineered, deployed, and automated end-to-end. Today, we will walk you through our entire journey, from the operational bottlenecks facing the University of Ghana to our zero idle architecture, strict security posture, live production demo, and continuous integration pipeline. At the University of Ghana, support staff face an unprecedented challenge, which is high volume student academic inquiries. This creates severe response bottlenecks, straining staff and leaving students stranded without real-time assistance outside of office hours. Worse, without centralized FAQ tracking, recurring queries remain unanalyzed. So our solution is Campus AI, which is a 24/7 fully serverless platform. By leveraging Amazon API Gateway, AWS Lambda, an external AI engine, and AWS DynamoDB, we deliver instant context-aware answers while durably logging queries for continuous improvement. Looking at our end-to-end request flow, front-end static assets are served securely via Amazon S3 and CloudFront. When a student sends a prompt, API Gateway routes the request to AWS Lambda function. Lambda handles session memory, communicates with Grok, which is running the Llama 3.370B module for ultra-fast AI responses. And this reads or writes state directly to DynamoDB. The entire stack is codified via AWS SAM and deployed automatically. At this point, I'll pass the microphone to Salu to break down how we keep this platform cost-effective and secure.
Thank you, David. As engineers, building software that works is only half the battle. Building software that scales economically is the real achievement. Our design philosophy is just a true zero idle pay as you go. Our setup cost was just restricted to just $2 custom domain purchase that we have. And then we also have AWS Lambda and API gateway built strictly per request, and DynamoDB uses on-demand billing. Our infrastructure costs stay at approximately just $0 per month during ideal period. By leveraging CloudFront Edge caching, we minimize direct egress charges from S3, and then we set up a zero spend AWS budget to alert us before free tier limits. And then moving on to our security was uh, embedded into every layer of our stack. We have the HTTPS enforcement. We handle seamless via AWS Certificate Manager and CloudFront. Then we also have the least privilege IAM also implementation that we also have in there. The Amazon Cognito authenticate users, whilst Lambda execute rules are strictly bound to specific DynamoDB tables. They also have ARNS, no wildcard permission. Then, of course, we do have calls and then encryption also being implemented. Strict cross-origin resources sharing headers are enforced across API gateways. And we also have Lambda wrappers, whilst and DynamoDB provide military-grade encryption at rest. For student conversation logs, and I will now hand over to Nuno to highlight how we manage our agile development cycle. So Nuno, the ball is in your court now.
All right, thank you, Salu. To ensure the successful delivery of Campus AI with strong software quality, Team Topcard followed a structured agile development approach. So what we did was we used Trello to track our progress throughout the four key phases of the project lifestyle. You can see it over here. So with the phase one, we focused on setting up the GitHub repository, implementing our branching strategy, and creating the core SAM and Terraform template. Then when it comes to phase 2 and phase 3, what we did was we covered the development of CI/CD pipelines, CloudWatch monitoring, and completing of security audit reviews. So when it comes to phase 4 involved end-to-end integration testing, final improvement, and preparing for the project presentation. So at the end, using Trello provided clear visibility into tasks, also help with progress and also responsibilities. Now, this Trello also helps all 6 team members stay aligned and maintain accountability throughout the project. Now, let's move from the development process to the actual system demonstration. Over to you, Peter.
Thank you, Nunu. I am thrilled to walk you through Campus AI Live at campusai.site. Campus AI is an AI assistant for University of Ghana students, which is basically to help students with their day-to-day activities on campus live to make life on campus very, very easy. So I'll go ahead and make a quick sign in with my details, and we dive very deep into the website. So the moment you log in, you are greeted with a very nice, clean, and responsive interface. You can see hello to the students who logged in with these various features, which I'll soon walk you through. So to begin from the top, on the left side, you can see an arrow which you can toggle the sidebar. You are presented with the name of this AI Campus AI, University of Ghana AI Assistant. Here you see the topic of the chat, the conversation you are currently on. You are able to export your chats. You can sign out and sign in with this button. Okay. So here you can open a new chat from here. In your chat workspace, you can see your recent chats you had. You can pin them down. You can make edits and you can delete. You can rename them. You can delete them as well. From here, you can see frequently asked questions. So with these frequently asked questions, there are questions where you prompt the AI more than 3 times. With this particular questions, it's saved as frequently asked questions for data review. So whenever you have questions or you're a new student and you want to see the way around campus and most questions students ask, you can just hop on to the frequently asked questions to see most questions asked by students to stay focused and make you guided so that you don't waste time finding things. Okay. And at this theme, you can toggle to dark mode or light mode. And for the purpose of this demo, we'll stick with the light mode. Here you can see the name of the student who has currently logged in, showing active students right now. Great. So let's dive in. So I'll open an already created chat with the AI. So below here you see there is a bar indicating tag, and there are various tags which was added to the AI website. So we have the general where you can ask the AI general questions. So here the AI generalize all the questions. It serves as a medium. You can ask any form of question, be it academic, be it outside school, anything. It will assist you with it. And over at the academics tag, the AI serves as a tutor and a teaching assistant to help you with your course content, where you can upload your course material for the AI to explain them for you. Tuition and fees, the AI serves as a registrar and administrator, which will help you calculate your fees, your credit hours, and the cost of fees for your tuition. Also, with the exams, the AI will also serve as a tutor and a teaching assistant and as an examiner. Where you upload your course content, AI will generate sample examinable questions from the course contents you upload. So diving in, we can prompt the AI and ask, what is cloud computing? Here you can see the response from the AI, stating Campus General, where it has given a comprehensive overview of cloud computing and everything about it. You can go ahead to attach a file. So let's say I can prompt the AI to explain this architecture. Where the AI has explained the whole architecture diagram for me by just uploading a file. You can see. Also, there is a feature where we can make edits to our prompts, and also we can delete the prompts. Also, we can export our chats, and also we can sign out and sign in with a different account. Moving on to what's happening behind, this is AWS CloudFront, where we created a distribution for the front end of the CampusAI. Also, we purchased a domain called campusai.site, where we use SSL certificate to approve and authenticate our domain name. Also, with API Gateway, we created a REST API, where with the REST API, we created several resources, an example being the post. And these resources is routed through the integration, Lambda integration. Also, several Lambda functions were created. And with our Lambda functions connected to the API gateway to be triggered by several events. Also with AWS DynamoDB, we created tables where we stored all data and entries from and chat histories from CampusAI for future analysis and review. Also, we went ahead to Amazon Cognito, where we created a user pool. And in this user pool, it holds all the students' users' authenticated logins to be able to access CampusAI. Finally, also with monitoring, we use the CloudWatch to monitor all the activities, all the invocations, duration, and errors using CloudWatch. Now we'll look under the hood to see how changes to the live application are deployed automatically. And with this, Emmanuel will take over.
Thank you very much, Peter. So a world-class application requires automated zero downtime deployment mechanisms. And to demonstrate our automated CI/CD pipeline runtime, I'm going to make a small harmless modification by updating what we have here. It's a bit vague, so I'll make it specific because it's not just any serverless support API system. Sorry, serverless support API system. It's an AI-powered support system. So I'll quickly switch to our terminal and then navigate into the README file where I will update the title. Just like this. And then let me save and then we'll exit out of it. So then I'll quickly add the README file since that's the one we worked on. Done. Then I'll add a commit, get commit with a message, updated the readme.md title. Um, okay, let's just leave it that way. And then I will push it to our deployment, our main deployment branch. Yeah. So git push. Let's wait for it to finish. Awesome. So that's done. I'll quickly go back to our browser and then navigate to our actions tab and see if anything was triggered. So as you can see, our push triggered the deployment workflow. And if you notice, let me open it. Nice. So it was triggered, and then it uses OIDC, that's OpenID Connect, to log into the AWS securely without storing any secrets in GitHub secrets. Then from there, it sets up the Ubuntu runner with Python 3.12 and the AWS CLI. Then it will build the backend and also deploy the backend using while securely passing the Grok API key secret. And then it will fetch the target S3 bucket from AWS CloudFormation, yeah, and then upload the index file in there. And then the final thing that it will do, which I believe it has done, yeah, it's finished doing that, is it will invalidate the CloudFront CDN cache, so users instantly see the updated front end. But since we didn't do anything on the front end, let me scroll up and see that it's genuinely finished. So the pipeline was successfully run, as you can see with the green check mark here and here. So I'll go back to our readme file and then update. We should see a change here. So let me quickly refresh the page, and as you can see, the change was successfully done. So I would hand over to someone to conclude on our presentation.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Building Campus AI was an incredible learning curve for Team Tomcat. Key blockers. We initially hit OIDC IAM rule, trust policy misconfiguration during automated deployments, as well as template bugs during some build. Decoupling multi-10 section memory from the core inference handler was also a major engineering milestone. Lessons learned. Testing some templates locally proud to build saves hours, and verifying OIDC IAM trust policies upfront is essential for smooth DevOps execution. We are proud to hand off a complete production-ready ecosystem with GitHub repository that has complete SAM template, Lambda code, and CI/CD pipelines. Also, we have live cloud application with fully functional HTTPS web application at CampusAI.site. For documentation and project management, we have the architecture diagrams, the README setup guides, and Trello sprint history. On behalf of Team Tomcat, thank you for your time and support. We welcome any questions.